Hello, everyone. My name is Dominic.
And I'm Josh, and I'm back for
Yes,
this
he has
special episode.
returned. Yes, and we have a very special episode today of Solo Oasis. This is called Waypoint. Wayshrine? I don't
I can't
know.
remember what we decided. I think you said I said Waypoint. You said
Oh
Wayshrine.
yeah, Wayshrine because of the soul aspect of this. Maybe
Yeah,
we just do I even call this Solo Oasis Wayshrine 1 or do I just call it Wayshrine? I don't know.
I don't know. I think Soul Oasis Wayshrine, at least for the first one, kind of to help. But basically, we wanted to try to start doing like episodes that weren't, so much about stuff, just more like what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, just some chats.
Yeah, silly stuff. Shorter ones, especially since Jamal isn't here, and with me being a full-time dad.
As opposed to a part-time dad.
Yeah, you don't want to have a part-time dad.
No.
I guess a part-time dad is better than a no-time dad.
Yeah, probably.
But, yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It's funny. All I want to do is hold her. I just want to hold her and snuggle with her. Like I'm just like, what?
It's good. You should have had her create her own list.
She will eventually have one. Yeah.
Yeah. She'll just be super chaos.
She probably will be, knowing her uncle.
But today, guys, we just have a nice little nerdy chat about our favorite, best, most enjoyable Warhammer 40,000 factions.
Okay? Yes. So we're breaking it down to a couple places because there's a lot of factions. So some of them we may fly by, but it's not really particularly like how they play because that can change so drastically between editions. It's more like, do we like their aesthetic? Do we feel like they play the way they like their narrative does? I mean, again, not the best thing to judge it off of, I guess, but mostly like just what we enjoy. The reason we're doing this is because this is something that like Dom and I have done a ton of. Like when we would be sitting there before Jamal moved in with us, we would spend like probably 3 hours just going like, who would win in a fight, Eldari or Necrons? That one got pretty heated, as you'll probably see why as the list goes on.
And now we know.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. It's the Leagues of Votann.
Yeah, they're the most powerful faction in the galaxy.
But yeah, so let us know what you think. Feel free to suggest things. We're thinking of other like fun, like little nerd like comparisons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we thank you for stopping on the road with us at this Wayshrine.
Yes. This is your save location, all right? You can teleport from here back to wherever Wayshrine that you want to next.
Yeah.
Eventually, once we have more Wayshrines, you can go back and forth. That way you can check out other videos.
And the boss is Monday, so might as well save up here.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go in ascending order.
Yeah.
So the first one we're gonna say is gonna be our least favorite. Now keep in mind, I think me and Dom are pretty similar on this, that we kind of like all the factions in our own way.
I think I really
hate. None of this is really like we hate this faction. Maybe me. I have some strong feelings about some factions, but Dom's a little bit more chill than I am when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, you might hear some spirited conversation, or we might agree on everything, and this is an incredibly boring episode.
Yeah. Do you want to go? Do you want us to each talk about our like spots together, or do you want to just go up your list and I go up my list?
I think I'll say my lowest, then you'll say your lowest,
and then we'll go up from there.
If they're super different, we'll be like, "Oh, interesting," blah blah blah, and then we'll move on.
All right, we'll see. And we're gonna keep in mind, I just made this list.
Yeah, we just
we didn't prepare for this episode. Okay, we just happened upon this Wayshrine, and we were like, "Oh crap, we got to do it quick."
I did a different list and was utterly prepared for that, and then was like, "This one would be better, though."
Yeah, so, I thought this was going to be a top 5.
Oh yeah,
I had my top I didn't even have my top 5. I had like a top 3, maybe
All
top
right,
2.
coming in at the lowest spot for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably throw these two together, to be totally honest,
Okay.
because it kind of messes up the numbering, but like there's really no rhyme or reason I put them in this order. But for me, it's Titan Legions.
Yeah.
They're the giant super robots. They're awesome. You just have to spend an arm and a leg to get them. And
That is
if you
true.
do field them, they're your entire army. You have to like it's a if I had $1 billion, I would build a Titan Legion and then be like, let's do a super apocalypse game. But then who would I play with? Who's going to be able to do like a 10,000 point game, which is huge, by the way. The normal games are played at 2,000, if you guys didn't know. Who's going to be able to do that? They're also all resin, and
It'd take a
super
little
glue
while.
kills me and Dom. We found this out because we almost killed ourselves with super glue.
That's pretty bad.
It's horrible. We'd probably cause permanent damage to our lungs too. Low
Especially
key, like,
you.
yeah, no, I mean, I almost died. And we'd walk out every morning and be like, why do we feel so horrible? I'm just so glad it didn't affect Abby because she was always over. Like, I'm just so glad that she's okay
Yeah. That
because
is
we
a
were
good thing.
so messed up. um, but yeah, the Titan Legions and the Chaos Titan Legions, like they're just like Satanist robots. That's the Chaos Titan Legions. They're cool. They're awesome. They're just not very accessible. Their lore is really, really cool. I don't find a lot of their books super interesting because I feel like it's hard to have a whole book about like 5 or 6 guys sitting in a giant robot head. I Dan Abnett was able to do it, but he's like the greatest 40K writer of all time. Yeah, no, it's so I would say my lowest are just Titan Legions in general.
And my lowest are also the Titan Legions. Chaos Titan and I had the Titan Legions. I want to add these in there. I also put the Chaos and Imperial Knights for similar reasons. Now they're not as ridiculously hard to get or uninteresting, honestly, than the the Titans are. But I just don't see myself buying those guys either. Because you can feel maybe like 3. And then for the sake of the story, you don't really see them used outside of like cool moments like, whoa, a knight just appeared. Like you play Space Marine 2, you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, it's a Dread Knight. Oh my gosh, it's a knight. And that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have like some 45-minute backstory of like, my family abandoned me when like, it's just a knight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it looks like I Knights and Chaos Knights will show up later for me, but I generally do agree with what Dom said here about Knights.
Yeah. Also, I just don't know that much in general about the knights, even though they're cool.
Yeah. Knights will again appear later for me because I have a weakness for their thing. However, Dom is right. You can field a little bit more if you bring like the smaller knights, but I'm kind of like, I'll get to in a second. So generally we agree. Titans, very cool, but they're kind of at the bottom of the list off a technicality of like, again, I'd love to have them if they were accessible, they might be
Yeah.
higher.
But I
But
feel like even if I had them, they would be like a set piece or just something I
yeah,
put on a shelf somewhere.
or they'd be like once in a blue moon, and that's like
Yeah.
not counting
I'm not trying to
the
play a whole
warping
game
of
with one.
resin, super glue killing us, the
Yeah.
18 million years it would take to paint them.
Yeah. There's a reason I haven't bought any of the, like, any of my favorite Armies Forge models. I just
Yeah,
don't want to deal with something that costs like 5,000 points.
and is
It is
honestly
huge.
worse and
Yes. I can straight up beat it
not as
with
good a
normal
quality
stuff.
in my opinion as the plastic stuff.
No, it's not. Way bigger pain in the butt to use resin. They should change those to plastic
I think
too,
that's
but
the
whatever.
plan eventually. It's just going to take a while.
Hmm.
So next one. For me, it's Imperial Agents.
Mine
Imper-
was there, but I rose them up a bit.
Imperial agents are really cool. Honestly, they should have the most fun stuff. It's basically the Inquisition and any like cool Imperium models that don't really have a home. And it's like supposed to be like the Shadow Wars fought by the Inquisition. The best book series in Warhammer, the Eisenhorn series.
He is an Imperial agent. Or I guess
Yes,
he kind of is an Imperial agent because everybody in the Imperial agent just wants him dead.
well, yeah, that's a long story, but yes. I mean, their lore is amazing. My issue is that like it's so limited as it is right now, and like you can't even really play as Eisenhorn as far as I know. I think he's been
I have no idea.
legend, like, so it's kind of like, for me, I don't really want to have an army that like I it's one of those armies that I'm like, I'm not sure you're gonna survive this edition. Like
Yeah.
and they did, but I just, for me, again, if there was some changes to it, it would probably be a lot higher for me, but
And that's your 28?
yeah.
Yeah, mine was Chaos Knights because
So yeah.
they're just some Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
That's really it. Yeah.
I can see that. Moving on to the next one, since you saved so much time with that, my next highest one is Chaos Knights.
Mine was Imperial Knights.
I have a personal hatred for Chaos Knights because at one tournament, I only played against Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
And their rules sucks. The whole like make people scared thing is stupid. So I feel bad for them. They have cool models, but like I got so tired of facing them. It was like they're not even that hard to face, but they're
I think it
just
was
like
because their new rules had just come out or something like that.
the Knights and Chaos Knights are a very cheap army, all things considered, because you don't need to buy that many.
No, yeah.
And you roll up the table with 5 or 6 models tops, which can be a lot easier for some people. So in that regard, I like them. I don't really like Chaos Knights in general. My brother does. I'm not interested in the story of Chaos Knights all that much. Yeah, I think they're doing a good job differentiating them now, but it used to be they were just, I'm evil knights,
Yes.
So why did you put Imperial Knights there?
Because they're also just knights. Like they're cool, but they're just knights. You can only face a few of them. I don't want a knight army because even though you don't have to buy that many, they're still like 40 something bucks a piece.
Oh, even more than that. Like,
well,
I
yeah,
think
they used to be. I don't even know
lowest,
how much they are now.
the smallest knights are like $40 a piece. The
Yeah, and
biggest
I
ones are
can-
over 100 now.
And I can get some cool characters and stuff. Like for 100 something bucks, you just said I can get the Deceiver or whatever whenever he comes out. I can get the Silent King. I can easily
The
get a
Nightbringer.
Primarch.
Like, I would much rather get a Nightbringer model than a
Yeah, the Nightbringer, the new Nightbringer. Oh, I've wanted that so much.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but that's why Imperial Knights also just don't know that much about them. Even though I love gigantic robot type of things, it's not like it's a Megazord or something like that where he has like a gigantic sword humanoid robot Gundam thing. It's just that's why the Tau ones to me are cooler.
Yeah,
they're just cooler.
The Tau are cooler, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I'll go. Imperial Knights are higher up on my list. I'll explain what I like about them, but as a whole, again, everything Dom is saying is like the reason I haven't built a knight army. So next, this is when we get into the controversial area.
Were we on 26?
Yes.
I think you're not gonna like this place, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For me, Space Wolves.
I knew they were gonna be that low. I knew it.
Space Wolves they should be so cool, but my issue, 2 things. One, they are some of the biggest Mary Sues in the setting.
Maybe the biggest, yeah.
Like, they
can just do anything.
Their leader purified an axe of corn. When Casterlin Crow of the Grey Knights can't purify his demon sword. And I'm like, what? Grey Knights are supposed to be a billion times stronger than the Space Wolves, but the Space Wolves are just like, I believe in the power of my planet. And then like they can use psyker abilities that don't corrupt them. Like that's supposed to be the Grey Knights. And then don't even get me started. Logan Grimnar is like, they're like, he's the best Space Marine fighter, which doesn't bother me that much. However, they're like, he beats Magnus.
Oh yeah.
We're talking
I forgot about that.
The dude who crushed a spaceship in orbit by closing his hand.
Yeah. That's on some Darth Vader type stuff. But
Magnus is a beast. People tend to be like, oh, well, he lost to Lehman Russ in a fight. And I'm like, half the fight, he wasn't fighting back. And when he started fighting back, he almost killed Lehman Russ. Like, this was after he had taken debilitating hits by just standing there. Like, anyway, I don't want to get too much into Thousand Suns. They come later. But the Space Wolves are hypocrites. And they're Mary Sue's, and look, that could be cool if they paid for it at some point. There's a certain character I'm going to talk about who was an absolute jerk and kind of a Mary Sue, but he has like a redemption arc that's beautiful. Space Wolves, they're just jerks. Like they made Gilliman basically kneel down to Logan Grimnar and beg for help. I'm like, what are you saying, man?
Yeah, that's pretty cringe.
The Lord Commander of the Imperium shows up and you're like, I don't feel like following the rules. Yeah, I do not like Space Wolves. They should be cool. I will admit their new models are amazing and I'm tempted to build Space Wolves. A dream of mine is to build every single Loyalist Legion.
Wow.
I do like Space Marines a lot. I like the look of Space Wolves because I love Viking stuff. But oh my goodness, they're just jackasses. And then they made freaking Ragnar Blackmane, who is the coolest Space Wolf.
He is really cool.
They made him like cut in on the Gazskull Yarrick like thing where they were like, oh, these two are like enemies now. And I was like, what the hell? No, they're
they
not.
Met before,
Like the
Cut
Dark Angels, the Dark Angels and Blood Angels have more history with Gazskull than the Space Wolves. I mean, yeah, they have a little bit of history to be fair, but like it was just dumb. And now they just don't even talk about it anymore, and they're back to Yarrick and Gazskull, and I do not like Space Wolves. The betrayal of that one wolf priest who like manipulated Armin and like became his friend during the pre-Horus Heresy time, and then tried to use what he taught against Armin to take him out, and then Armin just obliterates him is one of my favorite scenes because he's like, you taught me your tricks, and Armin's like, you think you're capable of learning what I have learned?
That's fair.
Love to see the Space Wolves put in their place. They're probably one of the few factions that I actually, again, aesthetic wise, they're one of the coolest. But like, oh my goodness, they drive me crazy. That was my rant. What's yours? You said I wouldn't like it.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm changing the Space Wolves placing. Not because you convinced me. Anyway, now I moved them down one because I realized I was like, wait a minute, I like these guys way more. I'll be honest with you. Even though everything you told me about them was cool, their leader is an interesting character. Or sorry, he was an interesting character. He's not an interesting character anymore to me.
Okay.
The World Eaters.
Oh!
Bro, okay, you have a super awesome backstory, but then as soon as he became Chaos, he became everything you told me about him is he's the most boring Chaos Primarch individual in the entire setting.
He's just super.
I'm angry. And then all his legions are, I'm angry too.
There's only one interesting World Eater in my opinion, and that is Karn. Karn is amazing because I love
Karn
that Karn
is cool.
But Karn can't carry it on his own.
No, but he is angry as well.
But like he's like cold angry, which is like really terrifying.
And he does have a really fun Warhammer 40,000 magic card.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
oh my
that's a
goodness.
fun one.
That time I got destroyed because I played Karn. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But other than
Uh,
Karn, I don't care about that faction really at all.
I like their well, they're further on my list, but like I do agree with everything. Angron is the most boring.
He's so boring.
He's just like his whole thing is that he's just metal. Like he is
Yes,
cool
like
and metal.
whoa.
But like, yeah, no, he is not a compelling character. He's a
Yeah,
compelling
which
character
is not
before.
the worst. Yeah, exactly. It's not the worst thing. I don't mind the 2D characters who are just like fun for the sake of it,
It's definitely tragic
but
because
yeah,
you
he's a
think about.
tragic character. He used to be really cool and have to suffer with it, but now he's just
I don't really.
ah
I will admit, I'm not a fan of him becoming Soup Brain. I wish that there was like a little bit of him left. Because like that's how they were doing it in Horus Heresy, and then he got beaten so bad by Sanguinius that like his psyche just
shattered or something like that.
like absolutely
Yeah.
just like is gone.
But
And
now maybe since they're like hinting at bringing back like the good versions of the Primarchs to fight their bad selves,
yeah,
maybe at
I
some
don't
point they'll bring
know.
him back, but does he
I would
need the
love.
nails? I don't know.
I would. Well, an interesting story thing that I've heard. I don't know how true this is, but like Angron's ability, apparently his Primarch ability was that he could like feel the emotions of others and like connect people.
Oh
Like he
wow.
was supposed to be like the, and again,
Like an
I could be
empath
wrong
or
on this.
something.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, that like he was going to be the peacemaker of the group. So like his entire story is a tragedy from the start. Like because he never was given a chance. He was like attacked, fell unconscious, and then had the nails put in him, and like they just messed him up entirely. Like the things he could have done, the peace he could have brought, is just that I love about Angron. But yeah, no, my brother loves World Eaters. I think World Eaters. We'll get to it in a minute. Like, so all right. Next for me
Okay.
is Death Watch.
Interesting.
Death Watch is very cool. I love the idea of them. I'd even love to build a Death Watch army just because I love so many Space Marine chapters that it's like a way to build all of them. I just, again, the they don't have a lot of stuff that really makes me go like, oh, this is an army I'd want to build over X, Y, or Z.
Mm,
Um, and they are an army that takes a lot of work as an artist. And I do love painting. I'm not the biggest fan of building.
yeah.
Um, and also, one thing that drives me absolutely bananas in Warhammer is when a squad has 80 different weapons and you have to sit through getting shot by every single
Yeah.
one of those weapons. Because I'm not the person who tries to like hurry people too much, but I do have a wife and daughter at home, and I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm getting hit by 80 different things. When does this turn end? That's one thing I love about fighting Necrons is that it's just like
They have one gun.
Gauss flares, Gauss flares, Gauss
Yeah.
flares, Gauss flares. Now don't get me wrong, I am absolutely that ass that will build that super optimal squad with every
Yeah.
unique weapon. So I'm an utter hypocrite on that, but like it drives me crazy. And like that is like the
It is a
whole
pain to sit
thing.
through. There are a
It's
couple
the whole
times
thing
like,
of
you
Death
didn't use
Watch.
that gun yet? No, I didn't use this one. No, this guy has two. Okay.
And like Death Watch is like that's what it's all about, because the thing is that they're highly specialized kill team squads, which is
Yeah.
awesome. The lore of that is really cool. And I love that you can do that with their squads, that you can have like Terminators, Gravis armor, and then a dude in normal armor, like, and they're all in the same squad, so it looks super unique and interesting. But I don't know. That again, I have no problem with them really. It's just that seems like a lot of work, and I'm scared the rules may disappear because they've done it before. What
Yeah,
about
that's
you, Dom?
fair. Okay, they were there. All right. Well, what place was that? 25?
I believe so.
Okay, we might have to move a little quicker. It's already 25 minutes in. But
yeah.
my 25 is Emperor's Children.
Oh, okay. This is actually this is our first big
And yeah,
difference.
the only reason I put Emperor's Children so low is because, well, there's a couple reasons actually.
I mean, there's a lot
One,
of reasons to hate them. Let's be honest.
Fulgrim is such a loser.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
he's such a loser. And then hell, even when he was a good guy.
Okay, I disagree with that.
No,
but-
even when he was a good guy, he wasn't one of my favorite. No, he wasn't a
Okay.
loser when he was a good guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
He
all
wasn't
right.
one of my favorites, but he went from being like a middling of the road guy for me for Primarchs to like, what a punk. Like, what a freaking loser,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
he
what
is.
you choose as your personality as a Chaos Primarch? And then, yeah, like you said, this is a pet peeve. His model, when it was revealed, first off, the sculpt is amazing. It looks great. But how's your entire thing, like your vanity for your appearance, and your appearance sucks? Like,
Yeah,
you don't have a good looking face?
And I get that he's supposed to switch in lore, but yeah, I prefer the Forge World model. That's what I'm working on right now. Cause like
Yeah.
it drives me crazy. Like he needs to be like beautiful.
Yeah.
And then like his face will like change to like the demonic snake looking face.
Yeah. And then I don't really know much about his army in terms of like why the heck they bother to be there. Like, are they vain too? Or are they just
So
they
that's
just
all
sticking
about,
around?
I'm an Emperor's Children player. That's one of my armies. So I want to put that out there. I'm biased. They want to be perfect.
So that's it?
And some of them, like that's the call of Slaanesh obsession and perfection of like excess of anything.
Yeah.
So like their swordsmen, the Flawless Blades and Lucius, they want to be the absolute best swordsmen in the universe. So they like practice and try to prove themselves against every foe. They take like performance enhancing drugs. Like they are just obsessed.
See, that's
with,
cool.
like-
I like that idea.
Oh yeah, Emperor's Children are cool, but I think I'll get to them later, much later in the list for me. But like they're the characters that you love to hate.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest with you. The
takes
reason they're
us-
so low is it's Fulgrim. Your
Fulgrim
leader
is
sucks.
a huge turnoff.
Your
Like, he
leader
is a jerk.
pain to get rid of in
He's
my mind.
cool, but like he is
Honestly,
probably,
they would jump up like 10 places maybe if he just wasn't around.
and just the things that they do in the Horus Heresy novel series are just
Oh yeah.
some of the most despicable things done in that series are done by them. So like the reason I have them really is because if I lose with them, I'm like, thank God.
Thank God they lost. Yeah, but
Like,
they're
they're my-
low on my list.
I all right, next for me, to speed it up just a little bit, Imperial
Yeah.
Knights.
Okay.
I want to build Imperial Knights. I love the idea of like these like straight up like chivalry, like they're like, my lord, and like you can have like a high king and like his squires. And like some of the new knights that have come out are really cool. Again, it's a lot of effort to put into them, and also they're just so swingy. I hate to make it about
The game.
the game rules too much, but like they're either like amazingly good to the point where like you feel gross bringing them, or
They're
just
useless.
suck and you
Yeah.
feel like you can't do anything. And I already struggle with frustration that like I don't want to bring armies that will like
Make the whole experience.
exacerbate that. I mean, you'll see some of the armies I play that are on. It's like, well, Josh, you're a hypocrite because why would you play that army if that's your struggle? But I just feel like knights are like, I love them. Maybe one day, but I love their lore. But goodness gracious,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of work.
Maybe
for
we
very
should have
little
done this in
reward.
blocks.
This episode will be a little longer than we thought.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't even know what spot we're on right now. Hold on. 24. I'm putting Imperial Agents.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Imperial Agents, I like the thought of them. I don't think they work at all. And that's one of the ones where I think they did go like narrative first and then the game. It's like one of the only ones where I'm like, you guys just didn't know what to do with these guys in game. These don't work as an army. There's only a few of these guys. It's not like they have their own like standing forces. Like, oh, those aren't the guardsmen. Those are the Imperial Army men or
Yeah.
whatever. Like they're a bunch of, and everything from the books you told me, because they only show up in like a few things here and there, and then heavily in Dan Abnett stuff. They're dicks. Like they suck. These
Oh
guys
yeah,
are
no,
jerks.
like
And
Inquisitors are some of the most evil
Which is-
people in the setting.
which is fine, but like these guys are mustache twirly evil, never listen to anybody.
They're like, oh my goodness, there's one person on this planet who may be corrupted.
Yeah.
Kill
Like,
everyone.
I loop them in with the Imperial governors who only want power for themselves and screw everybody else over. I just don't like it. Not Gilliam, excuse me. What the heck? What's the freaking Eisenhorn is awesome. Okay,
He is,
now
but
he's
even
dealing
he
with stuff.
has, even
Yeah,
he
like-
has moments like that are pretty morally gray. That you're like, ooh,
Yeah, and I know that's the whole point of a lot of this setting in the first place, but you know, Eisenhorn's dealing with some very unfortunate stuff.
but you're
Or
right.
maybe
Some
he
Inquisitors
was. I don't
don't
even know
even
if he's
feel
still dealing with
morally.
it.
Some Inquisitors don't even feel morally gray. They just feel evil.
Die. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say. They're okay. Game wise, useless.
Yeah.
Story wise, they're just plot devices
typically
to have someone like who's really powerful politically screw you over and make another hurdle for the characters to get over.
They tend to either be like initiators of the story, which is kind of fun, or they're just a giant roadblock in the way, and that drives me crazy. Next for me is Black Templar. I love the Black
Wow.
Templar.
That's a huge discrepancy on my list.
They're very cool. They're player based though.
Okay, that's why you put them. Yeah, the
I
people who think the
know,
Black Templar are the end all be all of the entire setting.
It is so annoying to roll up to a game and someone just starts like role playing berating you.
Yeah,
For
talking
either,
down.
and you'll see as my higher ups, you'll see why I struggle with some of those. Now there are some really cool Black Templar players, but I get kind of annoyed by like the pseudo religious nationalism thing that they have going, because like it's just look a little bit of fun of going like we have heretics, like that's fun. I like that, but like to a point, you're just kind of like, okay, I'm starting to feel like you hate me as a person.
You're serious.
So yeah, no, they're really cool, but like again, they're just so hit or miss.
Yeah, we are going slow as hell. But yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. Mine are not that low.
Okay.
They're not anywhere near that low.
Okay.
But I don't care about the player base. I just ignore them.
Yeah, but that's true.
I don't go play as many games as you, so I don't have to deal with it. What was that? Number 20?
Yeah, what is
23 for me is the good old pain in the ass, never want to see them again, Death Guard. Screw them.
Oh,
Screw
okay.
'em. These guys, first off, my main problem isn't even how they play, because they used to be the entire army had a 5-up feel no pain.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
It was like, I can't do it. Like, I would shoot. I can't do it.
They're a nightmare balance. Like, they're a balanced nightmare. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you either get rid of it and they're useless, or you keep it on and they're like, even if you beat them, it's a slog.
and their whole thing where they like infected things if you got close,
Yeah.
basically like counters entire armies.
Yeah, that's, you got to have a distance Tau army or something. Or you used to. Now you don't have to deal with that. But the main thing for me is they're so gross. And it's the whole thing. And like, sometimes I like that sort of stuff. Like in Halo, the Flood is really cool. But only because I don't have to deal with them like for a very short amount of time. And then it goes on to the next mission.
I think the difference is the Flood are gross. The Death Guard are sick and gross.
Yeah.
Like,
These guys are
it's one thing
throwing
if, like,
up.
it's a gross monster, but these guys are like Ugh.
Yeah, it's like when you play those zombie games and they have like all these pustules on them, bubbling boils, and like they're throwing up. And even if you
There's some
fight
Death Guard
them,
models I can't look at. Like,
yeah, like I don't want to play against them because I'm like, that's really awesome. And I'll look away. I saw some of, I think it was John's stuff. But did he have actual models or was that you
he has
had some
Death Guard.
stuff? Yeah, I saw
I
some of that
used to have
stuff.
Death Guard. I miss them. They were
And it was
lost in the
so
move.
gross, and I didn't want to look at it. The Great Unclean One is disgusting. It's freaking disgusting, and every Death Guard player will undoubtedly bring, without a shadow of a doubt, a Great Unclean One.
At some point, yeah.
I've never seen an army without one.
I didn't bring a Great Unclean One.
Oh yeah, you brought more. Did you have Mortarion?
I didn't. I never used Mortarion with you. I used Typhus.
I used Typhus. Okay, yeah. He's gross too.
He is. He's also one of the most evil characters in the setting.
Yeah. John, when we did our 3-way match, he brought a Great Unclean One.
He spams Great Unclean
And
ones.
oh my God, that thing took so many hits to kill. It was ridiculous. It ruins plans, and you have to look at it because you have to measure distance, and it's gross. That's the only reason. Other than that, I actually kind of like their story. I like their Primarch. I think he's actually really cool. I like his, because Mortarion, if you talk about a Chaos Primarch that actually comes into contact with certain characters in the setting, he's come into contact with a bunch of them.
And he's a really interesting character.
Yeah. Other than that, screw him. I don't like him.
Next for me is Chaos Demons. I love the models for Chaos Demons as a
That's
as a
really
whole.
close. Yeah.
Especially, I love the Nurgle ones. Nurgle Demons are hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I like the higher up Slanesh Demons. Demonettes suck.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Cornate Demons. Like, they're cool, but they kind of like what
it's the same thing with World Eaters.
Yeah, same thing that Dom was kind of talking about. Like, they're cool, but like they're kind of boring. I like Tzeentch Demons too. They just need a model refresh really bad.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, and I really like that Chaos Demons are one of the most accessible armies in the sense that their rules are free as a whole, and like I just feel like it was a really good step in the right direction. They're a balanced nightmare, and they're either really good or really bad. But yeah, no, I generally have positive feelings about the Chaos Demon stuff. If I had more money, I would build a Nurgle one just because they're so goofy and silly.
Yeah, I don't want them. Mine are actually a place higher than that. My Chaos Demons are 21. 22, I have the freaking Gene Stealer Colts.
Boys.
And honestly, I'm a little annoyed that I didn't put these guys lower. Let's talk about the
funny.
Yeah, they're funny. Yeah, that's the only thing they got going for them. Let's think about the lore. These are the biggest dumbasses ever. These are idiots. And I will never get over the animation where they sacrifice all this stuff to save these people, and they're freaking Gene Stealer cult people who don't care about anybody but themselves.
Yeah.
They think they're the chosen ones, and then they show up to the Tyranids who just consume them.
Yeah.
Because they're freaking biomass.
To be fair, though, they don't like well, I'll get to it when I get the Gene Stealer cults, but like it is something that like they're almost victims in a really sad way.
And that's another thing that annoys me. All right, yeah, they are victims. I still don't. First off, your army sucks.
Well, okay, in the right hands, they're very good. But
no, I'm not talking about gameplay wise. I have nothing that I like in that line, really.
Oh, I love them.
No, I look at that line, I'm like, you guys are like pseudo Tyranids. It's kind of cool. Like, if they were part of the Tyranid army, I think I'd like them a lot more.
You actually can run a cool. One of their detachments is you can run lictors and like any of like the Vanguard organisms.
Okay, fine. But I just think they would be so much better if they were just a model in the Tyranid line.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because I like the Tyranids a lot. We'll get to that much later. And if anything, I put the Tyranids kind of low because I kind of fumbled there at the end. But
they are awesome.
I just look at the Tyranids and then I look at the Gene Stealer Colts. And I'm like, you guys suck. Like, you guys are, and I get annoyed. So these guys are probably much lower than they should be. I don't like how freaking stupid these guys are. What did you think the Tyranids were gonna do? All right.
Well, I mean,
And then, I mean, I know what you thought they were gonna do.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, it is really
Yeah. And
being a
then they
Gene
used to
Stealer,
suck
being a
for a
Gene
long time.
Stealer
The
cult
rules.
player. It is like, it is kind of sad that like your whole thing is if you win, your characters die, and if
Yeah.
you lose, your characters
There's
die.
die.
So they have tried to do some stuff in lore, but it feels very like dodgy in the sense of like,
Yes.
oh well, these ones decided to leave before they got there, and it's like, but why?
Why did they go? Yes, exactly. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say. Then Chaos Demons is 21 for me. For around the same
Yeah.
things you did. I don't really want to build an army because I wouldn't know whether this. I would feel like I'm missing out on a lot of the line if I don't do all four, and I feel like I'll
That's
miss out on a lot of the synergy if I don't pick just one. So
and
I
that's
don't want
always
to do
been
it.
the problem with them. What I think this is a good thing and a bad thing.
But the Zinchmans are my favorite.
Yeah, the introns are awesome. I fear that eventually we will lose the Chaos Demon book, and they'll all just be thrown in with their Space Marine cult.
With the Space Marine, you know what? I think it will probably go that way too.
It makes me sad
And
because
maybe they
I
could do a
really
detachment of
I
just
like
demons.
I like the consumer friendliness of Chaos Demons, but
Yeah. They do give you a lot. But there's a reason why they never put Chaos Demons in like a starter box.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't work.
and I think also like I think they're brainstorming on what to do with demons because I think they kind of want to differentiate 40k demons from fantasy demons.
And there is no differentiation.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that, but like I've heard a lot of talk that that's down the pipeline.
Interesting.
I kind of like demons not fitting because they're not supposed to.
Yeah, they're like out of time. They have swords and staffs and stuff like that.
Next for me are the Custodes. Look,
That's number 20?
Yeah. Oh, no, this is the one that was equal with your Chaos Demons.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, because
that's
Custodes,
a completely different one than mine. I had them.
Custodes should be higher. And look, I'm not somebody who's like against the Femstodes. My issue is how it was done.
Oh, I'm completely ignoring them in my list.
I do not have a problem with them bringing in female Custodes. I just hate how they like went like, oh, they've always been here, even though they've never shown up in any of the stuff. What I wish they had done is Erda, the woman who worked with the Emperor, kind of like his equal. I wish that she had made like her version of Custodes, and then some secret signal went out and they returned, and then like the Custodes are like having to work together now with this new dynamic, and like the Erda Custodes are like more morally good, where like the Emperor Custodes are more like whatever it takes, and then we have like this interesting balance there. It could have made it so interesting instead of just going like, no, there's always been girl Custodes, you've just never seen them.
Yeah, after 30 years, you just never happened across these people.
Because then that just makes it into a political stunt, kind of. And again, I am okay with there being female Custodes. I just wanted a better story reason because I actually love this story. So I want it to be treated with respect.
That's
if you're going to change something, at least like give me a better reason than it's always been this way.
Yeah, I ignored them. I forgot about them entirely.
Their new models are amazing. I lost my Custodes army I found out in the move, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
They're a great starter army. I'd love to rebuild them with the new models because their new Horus Heresy models that can be used in both are beautiful.
Yeah, maybe that gives you a chance to build them again because I've always wanted one of those armies.
They're so good and they're so much fun. Yeah, but again, like it's more just that one little thing that really bothers me of just like clearly not respecting the lore there.
When
there was an easy workaround.
That's fair.
All right. What about who's your one above Chaos Demons?
Number 20 is the Space Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they are really cool. If you try to ignore like what's just fully ingrained in them now where they can do anything and beat anybody, like they are Like when one of the middling writers gets Batman, they're like, I don't know what to do with him. He wins.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, yeah, I get Batman's the best, but it should be like it was this kind of struggle. He used this, and like, nah, he just did it. He just, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, first off, their colors are amazing. Whatever blue
Yeah.
that is
The
phenomenal. Like
gray
the
blue
ice
is
blue,
really cool.
I love it. Their outfits are great. They actually have some cool characters. I
They
didn't
do.
understand when they fought Goskell and they cut off his head and then he came back. I didn't know why they did that. It made for some cool models, and that guy had like 20
Yeah.
attacks.
He's still really good. I was looking at
Yeah.
this stuff and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it was
Honestly, he's better than Logan Grimnar, which is kind of sad because Logan Grimnar has such a cool model now. And like,
yeah.
you're just kind of like, why is Ragnar so much better than him?
Yeah, but I don't really have much else to say. I just think they're really cool, but their reputation alone kind of puts me off.
Yeah.
And it's another thing with the fan base is rough. Like,
Most Space Wolf players I like them. They
yeah,
just tend to hate everything I like,
yeah.
which it makes it hard. But I think they're chill people typically. It's
The
just
fan
that,
or I
like,
guess less the fan base and more how the fan base, like how their views of the Space World relate to everything else is kind of cringe to me.
yeah,
And you know who my favorite Space Marine army is,
yeah.
and I don't see a lot of that in mine.
Oh yeah. I think
But
that's a big. I just threw my coffee. Hold
so
on a
it's
second.
just too much
Okay,
of a discrepancy for me. Though it
I
is
think that's
really hypocritical because I have
no.
the Black Templars a lot higher.
What? No, but your favorite Space Marine Legion deserves way more love.
Yeah.
I will get to that in a bit.
Yeah, but number 19, Josh, what's your number 19?
Let me
Man, this is
make
going
sure that
longer than I
I'm
thought.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You didn't number them?
No, I did. I'm just trying to
See what you missed?
condense because I think we have different numbers here. So I would say Tyranids.
Really?
I like Tyranids. I do. I think just a lot of it is because I am such a lore person. I love to read about
A
my
faction, yeah.
factions, and
And
like
Tyranids have nothing.
they're great antagonists. I love to read books where they're fighting Tyranids, but I can't really like connect to Tyranids. They are an awesome, like even Emperor's Children, my evil faction. They are they have character, they have flaws, they have like where like Tyranids are just like a natural disaster. And look, they
Yeah.
are amazing. They are one of the best antagonists book wise because they are just something alien, eldritch, and unknowable.
Be cool if it was actually like Rakatan or something.
But like
Like
I
people
just
used to
like
think about it.
me as a person, I just don't connect with that very well. So that's I think they have great models. They're fun.
But they're just an unknown,
Death
endless
Leaper is
threat.
amazing. Give
Yeah.
us a new Swarm Lord. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. What number was that?
For me, it was actually 21.
Okay,
Or
yeah. I thought you told me to do another one. You can do your next one then. 20. What's your 20?
World Eaters.
Okay.
They're cool as hell. That's the reason. Karn is awesome. I love the tragedy of the World Eaters.
Yeah.
Again, like the coolest they were was during Horus Heresy.
Yeah, when they were
Now they're just kind of cool, and that's it.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I mean, I tend to, unless they're my favorite chaos things, I tend to have chaos lower.
That's exactly what I
lists.
was thinking. I have chaos everything in the bottom half of the list. Yeah.
Other than like some like real huge favorites in chaos, yeah, it's the same for me.
Yeah. Actually, I should probably switch these two. But you could talk about your 19 if you'd like to.
Yeah, after that is Thousand Suns. I love Thousand Suns. I want to get that out of the way. They used to be probably one of my favorite Trader Legions.
Yeah.
They suffer from the same issue as World Eaters, in my opinion, just in a different way. They're amazing at Horus Heresy. Thousand Suns
Mhm.
is one of the most interesting groups. And then in Horus Heresy, in Warhammer 40k, they just become mustache twirling villains. Like in Space Marine 2, there's none of like the talking about like what the Imperium did to them. They're just like, I'm Emoran, I am evil. And it's like,
I'm
it was
floating on my
cool.
disc, die. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool, but like, I just feel like Thousand Suns just became mustache twirling villains. Like we were talking about earlier, just like all of this like sadness and like heartbreak of like the Rubricate being like their brothers who were turned to dust and armor. There's only
Mm.
one interesting, technically two interesting Thousand Sun characters. The guy who works with Abaddon, but he's Black Legion now, and Armin. The Armin novels are great, but like they can't carry the entire faction for me.
That's fair. That's why my 19 is Thousand Suns as well.
Oh, we matched up.
Yeah, I think they have some really cool characters like Araman. They have a fantastic Trader Primarch
Yeah,
in
Magnus is
Magnus.
awesome. He's just been so disrespected in
Yeah, but
40k.
yeah, he's also been disrespected on the tabletop for a while too. They had him like needlessly weak. Like they made
I
him
think,
really strong, but then they added certain things, and you would hear
yeah,
the people, the designers talking about him, uh, saying things about like needing to balance this thing, and then they would completely ignore that for someone else they made.
yeah,
I don't know.
he's pretty swingy.
Yeah,
I
he's a
love
very
him.
swingy character, and his
People
model
say
is
they
really
hate his
cool.
model, and I'm like, I
Nah,
don't
I like
see
it.
it. He actually looks pretty cool, and they're like, well, he's not as dynamic as Fulgrim or Angron. It's like because
He's not a
Magnus,
combatant. He's a
he's a good combatant, but like typically he's like, the fact that he's just back there doing that, I'm kind of like,
yeah.
he's awesome. He also has an awesome card in Commander.
Yes, he does. Very, very, very good card commander. Yeah, that's
Uh,
about it. Thousand
uh,
Suns 19.
Next for me is Death Guard. Death Guard used to be one of my least favorite
Mhm.
because I used to get trounced by my little brother's Death Guard army, so I hated them.
Yeah.
And when I started the Horus Heresy series, I was like, Mortarion is the most boring, generic Primarch. Oh my goodness, though. As you get further in and start learning Mortarion's story, he is such a cool, tragic character. And he's also just a badass. He's cool. When you find out that like how he fell, that like he thought he was trading himself to Nurgle to save his sons, the Typhus betrayal of like Typhus being his best friend and manipulating him, heartbreaking. And the fact that we find out that Nurgle doesn't own all of Mortarion's soul. He is so stalwart and strong that he has kept a piece of himself
Yeah.
free of the taint of Nurgle. And that's like,
You
I don't
should
know.
probably
And
allow
like,
him to return at some point.
yeah, like there's always this hope for Mortarion. And Mortarion is just I love him because he is a man of conflict. Like he's probably like the second most powerful psyker of the Primarchs, but he hates psykers. So like his psychic powers that he shows are untrained. So he's just
Mm.
like beasting it up. Like he's just a beast. He is one of the coolest fights is him versus Jagatai during the Siege of Terra. That was such an awesome fight. Um Mortarion alone carries the Death Guard.
Mm.
But I do like the Death Guard. I like that like their lore is not that they're strong, you just can't break what's already broken.
Yeah,
Like the
but they're
Death Guard
so
are so
gross.
broken, they just gave up. And like being someone who struggles with depression too, I really connected to the Hidden Dagger novel of like Mortarion is depressed.
Yeah.
Like he's lonely and he's depressed and like but he's so obsessed with being strong that he won't admit that he has a weakness and that's used against him. He's a tragic character and he remains one of the most interesting, if not the most interesting trader Primarch in 40K.
Yeah, he's really high up there. Might be the most popular one too.
He's just awesome. He's also just amazing on the tabletop. Like,
yeah, he's always really, really good.
He's just a beast.
He's so gross. But 18, I have the Death Watch.
Mm-hmm.
I just like these militaristic, like they're specialists, like Black Ops looking. I have 19 weapons. I'm ready to go, kind of guys. And yeah, they're annoying to fight because they have 19 weapons and they're ready to go. But they're cool. I don't really have much else. I just like the way they're in lore. I've never played as them. I've never really fought them either. They're cool. What's your 17?
My next one's gonna upset you.
Okay.
Blood Angels.
Okay.
Blood Angels, without a doubt, from a purely unbiased opinion, is the greatest loyalist legion of all time. Let's just get that out of the way right now. You can have your favorite. You can have your favorite, but the Blood Angels are the greatest loyalist legion. At least they were. Look, what's not to like about them as a whole? They are awesome, but they have like this dark side that threatens to overwhelm them. They have the best chapter master of all time.
God, Dante's I gotta get those models. I can't.
Also, holy crap! When people go like Sanguinius needs to come back, I'm like, no, he doesn't. They have Mephiston, Lord of Death.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
At this point, I feel like he's stronger than Sanguinius.
Yeah, I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know what he did when he overcame the.
Yeah, he is like a god.
The Black
Mephiston's
Rage.
Crazy. My problem is that GW has shafted them. Look what they did to our beautiful Sanguinary Guard. What?
Oh my God! Yeah, the model change.
Hell.
What happened to that? What?
That was terrible.
Oh no!
They've also taken away Librarian Dreadnoughts.
Yeah,
like I'm
hoping it just needs a refresh. But I mean, we know the Sanguinary Guard are not.
They need to fix them. Also, make Mephiston a god again. I hate it. Like, Mephiston needs to be running up to Primarchs and at least being like,
I'm a problem.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not asking that he defeats the Primarch, but I want to be shaking in my boots.
I think they want to save that kind of power, even if in lore he's somewhat near that level. They want to save that power for the real Primarch so they can get the money for. Look, Sanguinius is here.
But they can't bring back Sanguinius. That would ruin everything for me.
Yeah, I know, but they've already like somewhat hinted at it
his
so
soul
many times.
Is like, okay, but either they need to make the Sanguinaire amazing or Mephiston.
And now they made them both okay.
I prefer Mephiston because Mephiston is a beast of nature.
Yeah.
Mephiston carries this faction alone, honestly. Dante's amazing though. Dante's look, Blood Angels are amazing, but every time I think of them, I just go like,
Astaroth is kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh, all their characters are awesome, but like they have some characters that are as old as some of the old Eldar stuff.
Yeah,
like Brother Corbulo, who's like,
oh my God, is he even alive?
I don't know. I don't.
Thought he was
that's
dead.
But it like drives me crazy.
Brother Corbulo.
And also, like their rules are really good right now. Like I like that, but you just compare them to who's always been kind of their brother Legion-esque thing, the Dark Angels, and you're like,
Dark Angels, yeah.
What the hell? Why are you treating the Blood Angels like this?
Yeah.
And it's not like there's some obscure Legion. Like they are like one of the main characters. Like they are huge.
Yeah.
Sanguinius is basically Space Jesus of the story. Like,
yeah, I put them like second to, at least in modern 40K. Actually, they're not even second in modern 40K, honestly, but the Ultramarines are obviously the main guys now. And then
it's in the lore. Dante is Lord Protector of like
Imperium
the
Nihilus.
northern part of the Imperium. Like he is a super important character, and I just feel like we don't do anything with him. He showed up when the Lion returned, but other than just being like the dude who taxied the lion, and then he almost died fighting Angron, which fair, almost everyone does.
Yeah.
But like, I was just kind of like, no, don't do that to my boy. Where was Mephisto?
Yeah, he's too elusive, I suppose.
But yeah, that's
That was
Blood Angels.
17?
Yeah.
My 17 is Chaos Space Marines.
Okay.
Only because I don't really care about anyone outside of like a couple characters and Abaddon.
Abaddon's awesome.
Abaddon is amazing.
He shouldn't get the hate that he gets, but
Yeah,
it's
but
just 'cause
he's a
people
main
don't know
villain,
the
so
lore.
he'll get the hate. I don't really want to go too deep into it because we're only like halfway through this list, not even, and it's an hour in.
These will be short episodes, Josh
Yeah.
said.
But I mean, we talked, so it's okay.
Next for me are Leagues of Votan. They
Is
would have
that
been
16?
lower. I think so. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
my
hope
16
so.
is Leagues of Votan too.
Yeah, I used to hate Leagues of Votan. I've learned more of their lore, and I do enjoy them. I do want to build Leagues of Votan. They're definitely like I'm going to build them at some point. I hope they get more lore.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd lean a little more into the dwarf thing. Honestly, that's my only complaint.
Yeah, they didn't. It seemed like they didn't want to make them full on Tolkien dwarf.
Yeah, which I get. But
Yeah,
I'm going to
obsessed
say
with
this.
gold
I'm going to throw a
building
little bit
stuff.
more shade. They Space Wolf better than the Space Wolves.
I can see that they are very space wolves coded, if you will.
They're better Vikings than
Yeah.
the Space Wolves.
That's their entire thing, is being very Norse mythology.
Yeah, it feels a lot more like
based
subtle
in their
and like
symbols and the runes they
Yeah.
put. It's quite
they're really
good,
cool.
actually.
And all their
I should have
models are
got that
cool.
box when we were at the what is that resort called?
Yeah.
I don't even know. The Hyatts. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I had jumped on the train, but I was being a hater.
You can still get that box pretty cheap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your 15?
Gene Stealer Colts.
Wow.
Look,
I'm just gonna go at the same time as you and then explain as we go.
Okay.
My 15 is Adepta Mechanicus.
Okay. I like some of the most fun stories I've read are about Gene Stealer cults that like it's fun because when you see it through their point of view, the Imperium is evil as hell.
I mean, they are, yeah.
And like these are people who were infected before they were even born, most of them, and their DNA was rewritten by the Gene Stealer's kiss and all this stuff. Like, and they truly do believe that God is out there and calling to them. And it's like this really tragic thing. I love the underdog feeling of them when you're fighting, that you have to really plan out your moves and like you got to get people in crossfires and like you can bring
It's
back
such a pain.
troops. It's a lot to manage and can be very frustrating. But yeah, I just love the idea of them, and that like they add like a really morally gray thing to the universe of like, if you're seeing it through the Imperium's point of view, these are crazy cultists. But if you're seeing it through their point of view, they're revolutionaries who are like, dude, my brother got captured and turned into a servitor for no reason. You know, like it plays up on this really fun thing. Also, some of their models, like the Keller Morph is one of my favorite models in 40K. Dude with 3 like revolver pistols, and he's like a cowboy. He's so cool. I wish his rules were better. Yeah, I love their stuff. They're really interesting to me. Why Adeptus Mechanicus?
You know, Adeptus Mechanicus. Oh yeah, I put Adepta Mechanicus. It's weird.
Oh no,
Anyway,
you're good.
Adeptus Mechanicus because I don't know, man. Like it's just these guys. In anything I play that's Warhammer 40,000, these guys annoy me the most. They're so mean to me.
Yeah, they are.
They're so mean to me, and I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know. I don't have even really good reasons. Also, the entire faction is likely just a bunch of idiots who follow one of the Catan who would happily destroy them once it is released. Like, and then the other part is the Emperor who doesn't even particularly like them. And then who is maybe the Omnisci? I can't even really tell at this point. They're used as like a support / narrative like token.
Yeah, they tend to be like a an antagonistic force. They've done a lot of horrible things. They're actually next on my list, so I'll just go ahead and say my stuff for them.
Yeah.
I love them. They are cool. I would love to build an Adeptus Mechanicus army. My thing is that they are just as evil as some of the most evil villains in the story.
Yeah, they are.
Like they do some
Yeah.
of the most horrendous stuff.
Yeah.
And I love how backwards and messed up they are. I think the thing that upsets me the most about them is make their Horus Heresy line able to be used in 40K.
That's fair. They do look a lot better.
Like having both together would look so good. And it just
Yeah.
upsets me that
And I know I said like
can't.
only negative things. They're pretty high on the list, all things considered. They're
Yeah, no,
halfway
I
up.
think that like they're another faction that like you kind of love to hate them.
Yeah. Another mustache twirly.
Yeah.
I will use your parts for this experiment, like something like that.
So what
And
was
they
your
are
one?
very consequential for the lore of the setting.
Yes, they are very big. They also have some really good novels. What was your one that was equal to my Adeptus Mechanicus?
The Astra Militarum.
Ooh, Astra Militarum.
They are, it seems low, but it's because I like all the stuff above them more.
I mean, we're practically what, in the top 10?
Top 14 for me.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But yeah, the Astra Militarum are cool, but they're just the normal army. You see some cool guys in there, but they're kind of led by the outliers. You know, you have Caiaphas Cain,
The greatest.
who's awesome. But the reason he's so awesome is because he doesn't believe himself, but he's also just like stupidly good.
Yeah.
Beyond his means. You have someone like, we talked about Yarrick. Like, it's just led by the outliers. I know that's a lot of stories. Like, you have this person, and then you have someone who just rises above them. Oh my God, I thought it was a hand reaching up from the ground. It's fine.
The Guard are definitely like, if you're playing them, they're kind of like
Yeah.
Gene Stealer cults that you are playing them because you are wanting to be the underdog.
I do think they have a really cool like line in
as a whole.
game. So that would be something I'd like to play as. In the story, it's just like you come across the Guard, and it's a great way to show like stupid amounts of losses and how dangerous the enemy is. Oh my God, 1 million Guard just died in this one assault. But there's like 100 billion of them just walking around.
Yeah. It is I think they're an acquired taste.
Yeah, they are cool. And like I said, they are pretty high up.
For me,
yeah.
Will you finish? Sorry, I'm not trying to.
But yeah, I just don't like. I guess it's less. I don't like them. It's more. I like the people above them more.
Yeah. For me, next is Adeptus Sororitas.
Oh, very close. Very close.
Love them. They're really down here out of spite because I love them actually more than a lot of Space Marines. I love their models. I love their lore. I love the idea of them. Their model range is just so freaking expensive.
Yeah, I gave away mine to TJ because I know he likes to play more as women, so he doesn't have to look at a bunch of buff guys all the time.
Why wouldn't you want to look at buff guys the whole time? I'm kidding. But yeah, they are. I love them. They're so cool. The idea that they like do what they do and they're just like crazy zealot nuns with guns is so cool. All their technology is awesome. Like the organ, the exorcist, like the organ artillery thing. They're just so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's number 13. This one's going to hurt you.
Oh.
Maybe. But I got to put the Tau in number 13.
Oof.
And only because...
I'm honestly surprised they're that high.
Oh, no, I like the Tau a lot.
Oh,
if anything,
okay.
I think I probably could have put them in the top 10. It's just I don't have any Tau. And everything you tell me about the Tau makes me not want to own them. So lore-wise, they're top 10 easy for me. I think they're really cool. I'm not a communist, but the idea of these guys, they're like short-sighted, at least in terms of like This whole setting is
They're
short-sighted, if we're being
naive. They're
honest.
incredibly naive.
They're naive. And I love being naive because I'm a naive individual. And I think overall that's the better way to live life. Because if everybody was naive, no one would be, and then the whole world would be great. But like this faction, if you want to talk about somebody who's treated poorly, both on the tabletop, in lore,
Yeah,
bro, these guys don't
by the community.
By the community, these people, like, it's absurd. Like, this might be, out of everyone we talked about, the most hated faction in the galaxy.
Yeah, they
lore-wise, almost this community hates these guys. One, because they are the long-range shooting army. That's at least what they used to be. They've kind of tried to balance them a bit more to get them a bit more
They are
play.
the ultimate balance nightmare.
But you either have to get over the fact that they can snipe before any of your creatures and people can get across the field, or they have to nerf them so that their entire shtick falls apart. Or you simply have to bring units that are not that, which kind of ruins the whole thing.
They also have the dumbest faction rule, in my opinion. Like the for the greater good of like the spotting mechanic is just
it's weird
so
and it doesn't
annoying.
work. And when they try to explain it, it sounds cool. In practice, it always sucks. It always sucks. You have to bring auxiliary units that you don't want to bring in order to make these rules work, and they still don't work. And they're unfun. When they do work, it's a miracle. It feels like every time I see a game with them.
Yeah, they have a lot of.
And when it does work, it's a feel bad for the other person because they just got shot before they got to even reach their objective. I don't know how it's going to be in the new edition, but
I hope that apparently they're getting a pretty big refresh coming up.
That is cool as well. I know you love the Kroot, and I'm sure you're including the Kroot in there with the Tau.
Yeah,
I was thinking just the Tau.
Well, I love Tau and Kroot. Like I love them both. I think
Tau have the worst reputation in the entire game.
I'll get to it when I get to Tau. There's some interesting thoughts on that. Next for me are Emperor's Children.
Yeah, that's quite the difference.
Emperor's here. Let me show one of the Emperor's Children I've been working on right now.
Oh, it's right there. Ooh, look at all that paint.
Yeah.
Look at that pain in the ass.
He has a little. I used the funny classic noise breed.
I mean, that looks awesome. Let's not act like it's not cool to have a freaking electric guitar gun.
Look, they are absolutely everything Dom said. Fulgrim is a jerk. He screws over all sides. He's technically one of the most powerful trader Primarchs of all time, but like he just like leaves because Dorn won't play his game. And then he just abandons the Siege of Terra because he's a dumbass.
Imperial Fists aren't even on this list, by the way.
Anyway, they're fun. I love how they play because they play very similar to my favorite faction, which we'll get to. I enjoy that, like, they were supposed to be the best of them. Like, the Emperor actually gave them the right to use their name. Fulgrim was amazing. Like, he was like kind. Is just his arrogance destroyed him, and now they are just like
Fulgrim is the closest probably to me.
They barely have a legion anymore. Like that's how much they have fallen, and like they're gross and like. Again, they're my faction that I love because, like, if I lose with them, I'm like, good.
Whatever. Yeah.
Lucius is also a silly Billy. I love him. He's supposed to be the best swordsman ever, yet he dies every 3 seconds. Like, and he's just funny. I love Lucius. He's just such a goof.
That was your 13?
Yeah.
Cool. What's your 12?
After Ember's Children, I have Astra Militarum. I love Astra Militarum.
Pretty close.
We're getting into ones that I actually have as armies now as a whole. Astra Militarum's a lot of fun. I like the versatility of you can go like a full foot army, a full tank army, or like a mechanized infantry type thing. I just love them. I love Death Corps of Krieg. I love Cadians. I love the Hollands. Caiaphas Cain. I'm working on painting him up right now. He's beautiful. They also have the best, second best book series, also by Dan Abnett. God's Ghost is amazing. I love that series.
You put it above the Caiaphas Cain series?
Oh, that one's also really, 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 really good. Yeah, probably. Caiaphas Cain I have to enjoy in like bursts because while they are more fun, they're like some of the most fun you'll have reading. The episodic nature can kind of wear on me. But yeah, no, Caiaphas Cain books are amazing. I do like Gaunt's Ghost books a little bit more, but I think that's more of a taste thing. Gaunt's Ghost is one of the best ways to get into 40K, I think. I love the stories you can write with Guardsmen. I think if GW was really smart, they would start their cinematic universe with Guardsmen. And then the first time we see a Space Marine, it's like, holy crap.
This guy's a beast. Yeah,
I think if you start with Space Marines,
it makes the Guardsmen look goofy as hell.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that I love Guardsmen. I think unfortunately their army balance is really messed up, but that's not the biggest thing there. But yeah, I love Astra Militarum.
Yeah, my 12 is Adeptus Sororitas.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're awesome. I love their aesthetic, their battle prayer stuff where they like pray and then the Emperor helps them somehow. I guess the Emperor, I doubt he even likes to be thought of like this, but whatever. They're saving themselves for the Emperor who will not have them.
Yeah, the Brides of the Emperor.
Yeah. Do they call themselves that, or do they other people?
That was actually their original title. They were the Brides of the Emperor because they were originally like a militia force that was found by Doge. It's a whole thing. The Age of Apostasy. It's a really fun read, but yeah, they originally called the Brides of the Emperor.
Yeah, I just love the way they look. The rules are pretty cool.
Yeah, the Miracle Dice stuff.
Yeah, they have some really okay. They have some decent models. The faces are terrible.
Yeah,
the faces in this line are some of the worst you will see.
I would make my entire army helmeted as a whole.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have a problem with
gorgeous nun people.
Not all of them. They really shouldn't be gorgeous if we're being realistic.
Whatever, but we don't have to be realistic. These are battle nuns.
The intention was to make them more beautiful, and it did not.
Yeah, because they're like the Emperor keeps them like nice and young and all this other stuff too. And they're cool. I like them. That's really it. I just like them. I just like the way they look.
Awesome.
I like their lore. That's cool.
You're preaching to the choir. I love they're cool.
I don't think you like my 11, but yeah.
Next to me is Drukhari.
Interesting.
I love Drukhari. They're so shafted by GW, but apparently they're getting their massive relaunch this edition.
Yeah, we'll see
if it actually happens this time.
I guess
they're a lot of fun.
I would have preferred them.
I had been trying to build Drukhari for a billion years. They're so good.
They should have been the enemy of the edition. They should have brought out the freaking boy himself.
Ostrabel Vex.
Ostrabel Vex.
He's the coolest villain in my opinion. But yeah, no, they're awesome. I love them. Their play style is fun. I like that they're pirates. I like that like they show that like if they actually went to war, they would be a massive threat to everyone, but they just don't see anyone as their equal. So they just live in their little pocket dimension and go like, no one can hurt us. They're just a lot of fun. And the fact that they're just evil. I enjoy that about them too. They're just bad guys.
They're evil.
They even make chaos guys mostly look like misunderstood. Like, so yeah, Drukhari are amazing. They just really need updates, and they need to have an army that a big issue is that you feel like you're you got to run like the same thing. They just have no real versatility, which is really annoying.
I get that.
What about you?
My 11, unfortunately, is Space Marines. Space Marines, just in general, just a bargain brand, random ass Space Marines that they bring out. Some Ultramarines that we don't even. What the heck? Oh, I sent some messages. But yeah, Space Marines, and I have other Space Marines in the list as well, of course. But
My cat is throwing.
yeah,
things
he's
off
going
the
crazy
desk.
over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Space Marines, or you can put the Ultramarines here if you really want to, since they're the poster boys right now. I guess actually, it's the Blood Angels. They're on the edition, aren't they?
Well, they were supposed to be the poster boys, but apparently the character we're getting when the Space Marine Codex comes out is a Vitrix Guard character of the Ultramarines. So
okay, never
everyone's
mind.
really mad.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm putting the Ultramarines / Space Marines here because I mean they're cool. They're Space Marines. That's the foundation of the setting. I just think once you get into some of the more distinct
you're more of a
factions
fan of the
within,
Divergent chapters, typically.
yeah. Once you get into more distinct ones that have like random quirks and stuff like that, then we're talking. Then we're game. But that's all I really have to say. I like the Space Marines. Like the first thing Josh showed me about this entire setting, and I was like, yeah, I'll go with it.
It's like, do you want Blood Angels?
Yeah, do you want?
Here you go.
Here's the Chaos Space Marines. They wear black.
I think I've gotten way ahead of you now.
What number are you on? I'm on 10 now. Should I just go up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on 7.
Okay, let me rapid round these next 3 because they all go with it essentially.
We're
so
good
after
at this,
Space
guys.
Marines,
Trust us.
10 is Dark Angels.
Okay.
Because I do like the Lion. I like that they're kind of like a sister chapter to the Blood Angels that I'll get to at some point. I do like this redemption arc of the Lion as well. He was just a jerk. He was a pain in the butt.
Massive.
Yeah, people compared him with like the entire. I mean, actually, his chapter itself still has some of those tendencies where they won't listen.
Oh yeah.
They'll go,
oh yeah.
And he has to go. Like he's reunifying his chapter. The biggest gripe I had before he came back was like, he better come back and do this. And he did it while his freaking people are arguing with each other, calling people. Yeah. I like that a lot. Next is Black Templars.
Oh, okay.
Because let's be real, I'm Catholic. I like the Templars.
They're cool.
They are jerks. These guys, you want to talk about jerk Space Marine faction.
But one thing I will say about the Black Templar is that at least it's shown that them being jerks is a drawback, unlike a certain other.
Yeah. It gets them in the wolf. The Space Wolves don't get as many repercussions for these foolish decisions. But the Black Templars are awesome. That's TJ's favorite faction, the Black Templars. He likes them a lot. After that is an army I've always wanted, and I still freaking want this army so bad, is the stinking Grey Knights. These guys are so awesome. These guys are so cool. If anything, these guys are low on this list.
That's who I forgot. The Grey Knights.
You forgot the Grey Knights. That's crazy.
No, they were on the list super early.
I was wondering, I was like, man, he must have the Grey Knights really high.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to throw the Grey Knights in here with Dom.
You can talk about
the Grey Knights are amazing. Please refresh them.
Yeah, the Grey Knights, that's the main thing. For the game, they are super old looking. And they still look cool. I'm not going to say they don't. Jamal's arm, well, I guess it's yours still again, since you still
I need to give it to him.
Yeah, now I don't think he is in too much of a rush because we don't really play him, but I mean, maybe it's because he's missing the Grey Knights, but
he's like, I can't play this game until I have the Grey Knights.
Yeah, but the Grey Knights are awesome. I like their lore. Even the new blurb where their official secret ultimate duty is to like somehow, some way fight the Emperor and get him back on the throne so that they can preserve the Earth or whatever is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how in God's name they think they're going to pull that off.
It's pretty silly that they revealed that, but you know.
They're like, oh yeah, unless the Grey Knights are packing some of that Necron stuff.
They should be able to fight Custodes. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It really upsets me that like they're trying to be like, oh, Custodes will destroy them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's why they're below the Custodes. I'll get to that in a little while. Well, that's part of the reason. Also, they don't do enough with them in the first place.
Yeah, they definitely.
But the Grey Knights are like supposed to be the most elite of the elite forces that the Imperium has to offer, unless you count Custodes.
They're supposed to be the most powerful Space Marines, bar none.
Yes. And the Custodes are not really Space Marines. They're
something else.
I mean, they're just big gold Space Marines. I don't know. I don't really know. They're like, honestly, I would compare them to the Adeptus Sororitas. where they just are strong and can pull stuff off because of the Emperor, as far as I can tell.
The way they describe it in the books is that Space Marines are assembly line super soldiers where each Custodes is a perfect work of art.
Interesting.
Next for me,
yeah,
because
go ahead.
you went through 3, right?
Yeah, because now I'm on 7.
Okay, number 7 for me is Necrons.
They
They are
pretty high.
Necrons really should be, in my opinion, the main villains of the setting. I like Necrons. You'll see that there are some chaos things I have above them, but like Necrons are just so cool. I will admit the reason they are 7 is because if it was OG Necrons, they'd probably be top 3.
Yeah, but the Necrons that were arguing with each other, doing political banter.
Yeah, I will admit, and like Dom and my younger brother have kind of like made really good arguments for new Necrons, but I really love like the 3rd edition Necrons of like no one
Who the
knows
heck
what
are these
they
guys? They're just
want,
death
and they're
incoming.
just quiet death machines of doom. They've kind of brought that back with Necrosaur Amintar, which I enjoy. That's what I'll probably build my Necrons as. But like, look, Necrons are I like it when they are horrifying, unreasonable death machines with technology that you could never understand. It drives me crazy when it's a story and they're fighting Necrons and the Necron comes out and goes like, "You can never stand against me. I am the Alpha and the Omega." And you're just like, oh, okay, that kind of takes away the scariness for me. But they are awesome. They're so cool. The War in Heaven is awesome. The Nightbringer is the scariest of the evil gods. He blows all of them out of the water,
Yeah, he's just the
including all the
Grim Reaper.
Chaos gods. The only one who comes close to him is Nurgle, in my opinion.
Oh, you don't like? I thought you liked Kane more.
Okay, well, Kane, I don't count him as evil. He is
okay.
But,
he's like the
he's
god of
technically
murder. But,
okay, yes, Kane, I do like more than the Nightbringer, but like I guess if we're comparing the evils, like Kane seems like a pretty nice guy compared to the Nightbringer.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So Necron's amazing. They're one of the best refreshes ever done. GW, please figure out what you're doing with them. That they
realize that the Necrons are too strong, so they need to fight each other.
Yes, like I get it. They are too strong, but like there could be an entire episode about me just ranting about Necrons, so I'm not going to do that. But yes, Necrons are amazing. They are also just a really fun army to play. They are just a really good army.
Yeah.
So that's my number 7.
My number 7 is Tyranids. I think these guys are so awesome, but I'm a fan of having like one of your favorite factions just being this freaking tide of like animosity. Like they're like this tendril. I have several tendrils, but they're like some sort of god figure that manifests itself as a bunch of like ravenous freaking creatures that just want to rip you to pieces. I like the thought. Like you said, though, there's not a lot of lore to go into it yet. They're very mysterious. Like, oh, it could be this thing, or it could be this thing.
I'm being a hypocrite because I want the Necrons to be that way, but then I complained about the Tyranids.
Yeah, well, the Necrons, the cool thing when they were just an unknowable force is, they were like made somehow. They're freaking robots.
And
while
they
the
were
Tyranids,
thinking
they could just be an alien creature.
And the thing that was scary is that they were thinking and you knew they were calculating. You could just never understand it.
Yeah.
And that's what was so scary about them. But anyway, the Tyranids, they are amazing.
The Tyranids, I think they need a whole line refresh.
More than they already have.
Yeah, I need more. Honestly, I would, less of a line refresh. I want more models added to the line. Because if you're saying like your whole last edition was like them getting super close, if they were going to fail like that or just be pushed off to the side now.
Well, they're being held at Sanctuary, I think.
Yeah, I want more models. I want more aberrations to like work on. And then, like you said, the Swarm Lord of everybody. Give this
Swarm
guy
Lord-
a freaking crazy model.
Yeah, I
Give
don't
him
like that it's a
something
multi-part. He needs to be
insane.
like Primarch
Give him a
level.
diorama or something.
Yeah, no, he needs to be like epic.
Because every time I think of like, dang, I want to build the Tyranids, I see the Swarm Lord, which is the end-all be-all, and he is the end-all be-all, regardless of the gigantic creatures they have. It says in the Codex, that is the apex of the entire Tyranid.
No, he's supposed to be horrific.
And he's okay. Like, I can fight him with an Overlord. Which is also like an end-all be-all creature, but he's like 8 feet tall compared to like the Swarm Lords.
It should be like at least a named character. Like I could see Emotech or something like that. Like, but like just a nameless.
Yeah, because this is the Swarm Lord, not a Swarm Lord. It's the Swarm Lord.
I think he suffers from he can die and there's no consequences.
Yeah,
like the Kane thing. But
yeah, I know.
My number 6 is Chaos Space Marines, specifically Iron Warriors.
Okay.
You could throw a little bit of Black Legion in there. I love the Iron Warriors. They are my favorite Chaos Legion. Perturabo is my favorite Chaos Primarch. I love that they have stuck to their military precision. They if they have
part of the
Chaos...
argument that people say that he's not fully Chaos, Perturabo.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure out exactly because it is conflicting and interesting. Hansu is probably the most evil villain. He does some really messed up stuff. He's an awesome character. The Warsmith Hansu. He needs a model. Please give it to us. Kravik Morn, the new guy they made. I saw him and I was like, okay, I'm finally.
I haven't seen
Iron
that.
Warriors.
What is that?
Kravik Morn, he's like the new Warsmith character. He's awesome.
Okay.
He has this hammer called Last Argument. And then he has basically this thing called Hated Enemy, where you pick someone and you get full rerolls to wounds against that person. And when they die, you pick a new hated enemy. And it's
oh my God.
I love Iron Warriors.
I like that sort of mechanic. Yeah.
I love their aesthetic.
The Necron's got something like that too, where you can do like a declaration duel of like this
you can do it with the Worthy Foe.
Worthy Foe, yeah.
It's like it's cool. I'll try to send it to you because I really like it. It's actually made the Triarch Praetorian's good in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love Iron Warriors. They're so cool.
Specifically the Iron Warriors for that. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, Black Legion is also cool. I just like Iron Warriors more.
That's fair. And my number 6 is Drukhari.
Ooh, I'm surprised. I guess it makes sense, but like,
I really like the Drukhari. When you were building those ships, when we were at the ranch in Lubbock, I was like, this is the coolest looking thing ever.
They are fun.
And then you had Astrobel Vect. It was old, of course, but like having all those slaves, he's just like so full of himself, putting off assassination attempts every day, unabashedly evil. Like he knows, he just doesn't care. He likes it.
Are some of the coolest looking models.
Yeah, these guys are freaks, literally and figuratively. Like they whip themselves to make themselves stronger. They freaking they're like wearing black leather for no real reason.
They intentionally wear less weak armor to prove that they're superior to you.
Exactly, yeah. They have, and like you said, they're pirates, and I always love like when there's just when the setting isn't like a pirate thing, but there is a pirate group or two in the setting. Like, I love that idea. Like these guys are just off on. They have their pocket dimension, which is essentially like their own freaking like opposites of whatever the heck it is in the real world. What was that? The pirate colony called? It was called. I can't remember. It's
Tortuga, like that stuff. Like
kind of like Tortuga, but it felt like a inversion of.
Oh yeah.
You saw it in Uncharted 4.
Oh
like
the
Paradise.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was called.
It's an inversion of that myth, or it could have been real. Honestly, they said it was real, but it's an inversion of that, and I think it's hilarious and really fun that they're just off by themselves, making their own lives miserable because they think they're
themselves. It's funny because like they're so disconnected, and it's so frustrating because you're like, these guys never really pay for what they've done. That's how.
Yeah, and you told me that they were making like this fake emperor thing, and it was like,
oh my goodness,
and then it didn't work out. They were like, like, they were like, we'll get you on another thing then.
Yeah,
they just like to screw with people.
Yeah, they're horrible. Like
Like,
they are
these are
probably the most evil
evil.
faction. I don't think
Everybody else
anyone,
has their own reasoning, and they're like, we just love suffering. Like,
especially since now they've been given a way out, and they're like, no.
now we don't want to leave. Or at least Oshibel
Uh,
Vec doesn't.
yeah. Next for me is Tau. I'm a
Tao's
Tau
number
player.
5.
I do love the Tau. They were probably my first favorite faction, like the one that I really fell in love with.
They are awesome.
I just love the idea that the Tau are like the Tau Empire is so many different alien races, and it's fun. Like, I love having an army that has Tau and Kroot and Vespid. I hope they introduce more of the auxiliaries because I love that. I love that they use like actual military tactics, which is fun, and that they watch everyone else and they're like, "What the heck?" Um, I yeah, I love their mech suits. I feel like the mech suits are starting to kind of take over, and that makes me sad because I really
Yeah.
like to run like full Tau armies, like with fire warriors and blah blah blah. And now
Yeah.
it's kind of like full army
Gundam
lists.
armies. Yeah.
And like I'm not against that. It just makes me sad that if I want to play Tau, because the thing is, Tau are really good if you run them full retaliation cadre with all the XV8s and Riptides and
You still have your Tau, right?
yeah.
Okay,
No,
good.
I love them. I have built it in a way that I don't really want to do full spam. And like when I was playing against John, when he was playing World Eaters, I won, but it felt horrible. Not horrible in the sense of like we enjoyed the game, but like I felt like I couldn't kill anything. I had to win by just doing objectives.
Yeah.
And like the only units that did well in my army were the mech suits, like the battle suits. And it was just like, and I don't know. I just really wish that they would fix the internal balancing of Tau. But they're amazing. I think they are actually the most grimdark faction because they are so hopeful and they do believe they're us.
Yeah, and they're just
That's the
not
thing that
working.
people don't realize. They are if we were in the grim darkness of the far future. Because like they're like, oh no, we could reason with them. We could, and then they don't. They're like, and it's really sad watching the Tau become more violent and grimdark because of what they've experienced.
Yeah.
Also, Farsight is one of the coolest characters in 40K.
That's fair.
He's just amazing. So yeah, that's my number 5.
I'm trying to hold in. I gotta go to the bathroom. Anyway, my number 5 is orcs.
Ooh.
I love the orcs. I mean, they are orcs, and there's so many different orc factions and so many different fantasy settings, but they're just cool. They're just fun. And these orcs that like their mental power is so strong but unfocused that they can like paint something and it's purple, like that means it does this, and red, and red is
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Like, it's really fun. I really enjoy how silly they are because it adds a bit of whimsy to the setting, along with like it seems whimsical, then they get to you and tear you to pieces and like stomp on you, and
it's fun that like depending on how you're seeing orcs, they are very different. My number 4 is orcs. Orcs are just amazing. I have a billion orcs that need painting. I'm really excited about them this edition. I think orcs are really fun and they're just a mainstay in the series. I will always enjoy a good Space Marine versus orc novel. I'm warming up to the orc centered novels. I used to hate them, but I've actually read 2 now, and the one's by Mike Brooks, I believe, and he's amazing. He actually makes like the way he taps into the orc psyche is just hilarious and fun, and it doesn't feel stupid. It makes their internal logic make sense. Very good books. I really enjoy them. I feel like you never have a bad time with orcs.
I mean, they're just orcs. Fun
So
time.
yeah, that's my number 4.
My number 4, it is my number 4, but it's kind of not my number 4. I don't have them. I don't have a bunch, but Adeptus Custodes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I like these guys a lot. That's probably why I put them above the Grey Knights, because when you showed me the Adeptus Custodes, like these guys are dope. Like
They
these,
are awesome.
they're like this specialized small army force. They don't cost that much. At least they didn't used to. They've been upping the prices.
They're still like their sets cost more, but comparatively, you are going to be spending way less.
Yeah, and I think their lore is really cool. They have Constantine Valdor. I hope they eventually just
Oh
bring
my
him back.
goodness,
This is like,
he's so
and then they have
cool.
like a rival Custodes faction or something. But I love the color schemes that they're these golden, whatever the heck they are. I don't even like super. They're also superhuman, but they're
like
superhuman.
demigods.
Yeah, they're like genetically engineered by the Emperor to serve a specific purpose of being his own personal.
I think it stated somewhere that like one
Army?
Custodes can kill like 50 Space Marines.
I'd be surprised if it was only that few.
Yeah, like
Since there's only 10,000 of them and there's millions of Space Marines.
they're absolute beasts.
They're supposed to be the strongest force in the Imperium when all together.
Yeah.
So somehow they can
before they
a
even
trillion
arrive,
guardsmen.
it's marked as a victory.
Yeah.
If like a large force of like Custodes are sent somewhere, they don't even like bother.
Yeah. Now they do have like the main character decision of like, this one unnamed, soon to be named Custodes was holding off a hive tendril single handedly. Like, no, he wasn't. They just go around him. He's one guy. They just
no,
but it's fun. It's really cool. I think when you were playing them and they updated the rules to that cool system of like, not only could you alter your own Custodes so that they were custom built for you, but there was a bunch of rules. We were playing narrative, so it was a little different too. But
their martial stances, which they still have, the katas, like I really like it because it makes them feel really versatile.
Yeah.
But like you're like
really versatile, really unique.
To this stance.
It seems like they are one size fits all. Like you could play with a Custodes full army if you got one and have a decent time anywhere. You could do some shooting if you really want to do a bunch of dice rolling. You could go up and smack people in the face.
They're also really forgiving, I feel like. So like you're rarely ever going to have a bad time playing as them.
Yeah.
You may get outmaneuvered, but you're not going to feel like, oh, my army got tabled.
Yeah. I think they're really fun. I kind of like that they don't do too much with them in the lore because I don't want like to find out that all of them are like mind crippled, depressed drug addicts are like, oh, the Emperor's not here.
That thus far, the only one we've really seen the point of view of is the young Custodes.
Yeah.
That one dude, I can't remember his name, but like the one where it's like the old grizzled Sister of Silence, and then like this new up and coming Custodes who's like, I believe in like the good of people. I think it's really fun.
If I ever get back to playing Warhammer, because I'll need to have somebody to play with, I'm getting them and the Grey Knights.
I feel like those are two great armies because they're small and they're easy to paint.
Well, actually, I'm getting one army before them. The next one on my list, actually. But what's your number 3?
My number 3 is
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Dark Angels.
Of course. I knew they were going to be top 3.
Dark Angels.
I freaking knew it. I'm surprised about number 2.
They're so cool. The Lion is the coolest Primarch in like,
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Like I love like how he went from a jerk to like a defender of the people.
Yeah.
I love their model range. I want to just build like a pure Terminator army of like Deathwing. I love
those are awesome. They probably have the coolest Terminators.
Chaplain Asmodai is the coolest looking Space Marine in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think he is the coolest Space Marine. He's just a jerk, but like look wise, when I saw Asmodai, even the old model, I was like, this dude looks awesome. I love their hoods, the skull mask. Oh, they're so cool. They're also jerks, but I do love them.
That's fair. That is fair.
So that's my number 3.
My number 3 is the Eldar. The Eldari. Oh. That's the army I would want to build. They're just so... I think that's not quite true to say that they're so versatile too, but you can kind of make them versatile. They have a lot of cool...
They're versatile to a sense.
Seriously lore, so you can get a lot of really cool characters, and they've started to refresh the line of certain people as well.
They have the best refreshed models in the game, I think.
And I think they're just awesome. Josh ended up getting them before I did. but he gave me a codex, and then I never built them, and then he built them, and then I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, no.
He got it.
Yeah,
But I've
they're
always
awesome.
wanted the Eldari because they were just cool. I think they have a lot of great color schemes. You can, if you wanted to like dedicate yourself to one of these, like one of the sub factions within the Eldar, you could find a whole bunch of lore and a lot of really cool, like little intricacies, not only in the way you can build certain things, but
They are
just in the way you can. In this book, this one they behave like this, so I'm going to do this and this, and they have specific things in the rules to tailor to that. I think it's just really great.
they are
All around
awesome.
fantastic fashion. They have a great lore. They are on that permanent back foot. These guys, they're also treated somewhat poorly because
Oh
they
my
have them even
goodness.
mentioned as a blessing at this point.
Yeah,
Like you saw them in the new trailer for
Yeah.
Warhammer
And I
40,000,
was like,
had all
"Oh
these
my goodness!"
Necrons, had like 2 seconds of the Eldar walking on like a freaking
Just one dire Avenger, like, hello.
world ship. You're like, oh, there they are. They're still alive. But yeah,
Anyway,
really cool. Eldar top 3 for me. I love those guys.
they are amazing.
But
Number
they're not
2 for
anywhere near
me.
the top 2.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Courage and Honor, brothers.
The
The Space Marines,
space.
namely my boy, the Ultramarines.
Okay, yeah, the Ultramarines are number 2. That's crazy. I had them 11.
That's the first army I ever saw that my uncle had, and I fell in love with my blueberries.
You can't
They're
get past
amazing.
nostalgia. They are the Space Marines.
They're not Mary Sue's. I will argue this to the end of my days. They are shown to have many weaknesses. They're nothing like the Space Wolves.
They have maybe the most Mary Sue character, though.
Are we
Who
talking
can
about
just do anything?
Kato
No.
Sicarius?
No.
Oh, we're talking about Titus, but like, okay, but Titus is awesome. He's not really Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well, I'm not even talking about just Titus either. That's a good point as well.
But like, Kato
I'm talking
Sicarius
about-
is the greatest redemption story.
Okay.
He like even
But
better
who's the
than
guy with the
Lion-
big hand?
Oh, Marnius Calgar?
Marnius Calgar. Yeah, that guy could do anything.
I mean, sort of, but he also like he got torn to pieces by the Swarm Lord.
I know he fought the Swarm Lord, bro. He got
absolutely trashed by Abaddon. Like he didn't even like land a true hit.
They've done better.
Ultramarines really are not like Mary Sue's in the sense of like they show that their strict adherence to the Codex is a weakness.
Yeah, I think
even
people
as
think
early
of them as
third
Mary
edition.
Sue's because they show up so often and they end up winning that they forget that like the 900 people that show up before that got torn to pieces.
And then, I mean, Kato
exactly.
Sicarius, the only reason he survived a fight with a Catan was because he threw a vortex grenade, which was the only one they had. Like he tried to fight it, he got like trashed.
Yeah. But he survived.
So, I guess that's what it is. But I mean, like,
but they always survive. These are named characters.
No one complains when freaking Helbrecht survives a duel with a Necron Lord.
Oh, do you think that Kato Sicarius is better than Helbrecht and what's his name from the Emperor's Children? Swordplay?
I do think he's a better bladesman, yes.
Oh, wow.
I think if if Lucius ever reached his full potential, he would have been the best. But now he's just a drug-addled psychopath. So like, and I love him. Like he's a goof, but like, no, I do hold to. I personally believe Kato Sicarius is the best Space Marine duelist. That does not mean he's the best fighter.
Yeah. But if it was just a swords play duel thing,
if you were forced to fight blade to blade with him, he would win. Like he was beating the Necron Lord, but then the Necron Lord was like, I'll just pick you up and throw you.
Yeah, like why am I just fighting with a sword? Yeah,
so I love Kato Sicarius.
And he's the one you did your painting on recently, right?
Yeah, I love him. I love Titus. Uriel Ventress is the best. Gilliman is a really fun Primarch. I also love Salamanders and Raven Guard.
See, that's why I was expecting like. Because I didn't hear any of the specific factions, because I was just going down the list that they had on the thing.
Yeah, I'm throwing Salamanders and Raven Guard in with the main Space Marine thing since they're part of the main Space Marine faction.
Yeah.
I would love to build both Salamanders and Raven Guard one day, but I have Ultramarines. I love Ultramarines. I love that they're Roman. I love their philosophy of the theoretical and practical thing. It's so good. I love their way of warfare. They're a
Yeah.
solid number 2. Sometimes I feel like they're number 1, but they can't beat number 1 for me, really.
Yeah, and I know who the number 1 is, so it's going to
who's
be
your
really hard.
who's
Number
your number
2
2?
for me, of course, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't care about any of the Space Marines more than these guys. The Blood Angels.
Yeah.
The Blood Angels are freaking awesome. They have the best Primarch. This guy is literally just Superman.
Without a doubt. I don't
He
like
is amazing.
I can't even argue it.
I still think his appearances when he appears to his followers are still pretty awesome. It's like a vision from freaking Jesus or something like that.
Yeah, it's hype. The whole like it's not your time yet, Dante, was amazing.
Yeah. Before they like ruined the look of them, the Sanguinary Guard were the coolest Space Marines ever.
Hands
like
down.
without a doubt, they were awesome.
To me, they were equal to the hooded Dark Angel ones. But like
the hooded Dark Angel ones are cool. But these guys had angel wings and they were flying around.
With the cool glaives and the axes.
Yes. And then they decided, let's just make it jetpacks.
No angel wings.
Yeah, no angel wings for the freaking Blood Angels. They were the freaking Blood Angels. They were the angels. The Emperor's angels. Why the freak are they without... And then Dante his new model is awesome.
Yeah.
How, like, let them all have angel wings.
Yeah,
First off, anyway, they have the best chapter master in Dante who doesn't want to be there. That's not quite true. It's an exaggeration. He's just old and tired.
He's done. He's definitely done.
And then he was just given even more responsibility.
Yeah.
And now that you are 1,100 years old, confirmed, I need you in charge of the entire northern sector of the galaxy.
The harder one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The harder side, the Imperium Nihilus, yes. So good luck. I'm going to go on a trip and try to reclaim.
He meets the Lion and he's like, so you're going to take over? The Lion's like, no, I don't deserve to be in charge of anything anymore.
Good luck, Dante. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Like, no!
Yeah, and I think that if we're talking about, because Warhammer has, Warhammer in general, I guess, but Warhammer 40,000 specifically has a reputation of no one's the good guy. Everybody's evil in their own way. If there's a good guy, it's the freaking Blood Angels.
Yeah.
And they have been afflicted with maybe the worst curse. Like this one
I don't think
sucks.
there's any curse worse than theirs.
Like they have 2 curses, if you will. The
yes!
Red Death and then the Black Rage. So there's like a 50% chance the guy standing next to you that you love to death is going to become insane. And you're going to either have to murder him or you're going to have to stick him in like a special thing of armor until you have to murder him at one point where he dies in a fight.
Yeah.
And
like,
then
seriously.
And then they have the only person who ever overcame it, and then he said he does not recommend it for anybody else.
And who knows what he is now?
Yeah, and no one knows what he is. Apparently, he was able to take out an entire fleet from freaking...
Yeah, the dude froze time in a nanosecond. That was crazy.
Yes. And we don't know why he's able... People are over here putting him up there with Magnus, who is a demon Primarch. I don't know if it's quite
Magnus
that ridiculous, because I think that's
damn
a bit of
near
hype.
Close.
But like, apparently this guy's getting stronger. I don't know why he got this strong in the first place. He just overcame the Black Rage and the Red Death.
He can he still has the Red Thirst where he
he has the Red Thirst, but they say he has an unparalleled control over it.
Like
it's not true overcoming.
He will exsanguinate people, and the more blood he consumes, the more powerful he becomes.
Yeah, like I don't know what he's done, but he's amazing. He's as tall as like a Necron Overlord now.
Yeah.
I don't know how that
gigantic,
happens.
And he is like otherworldly. Also in 3rd edition, he was unstoppable. And
he was up there with the Nightbringer. They were just boxing
he was the
each other.
only thing that could fight the Nightbringer.
Yeah, and they were just over here throwing hands. So apparently he's a Necron Catan shard.
Everyone would just like freaking like try to find a way to ally Blood Angels in just to bring...
just to bring him so that they didn't die immediately.
Yeah, Mephiston was
But yeah, I just think they're awesome. They have an awesome color scheme. You can go the red and black. You can go the black and white. You can go the black and red. If you really wanted to do like... instead of just the Blood Angels, they have probably the most borderline most famous like secondary or tertiary force in the what are they called? The
Death Company?
Oh yeah, well the Death Company as well. That one is really important. But I'm talking about they're the what are they called, Josh? They're black. They have the freaking cup. They have what are they called?
Oh, the successor chapter,
Yes,
the
yes.
Flesh Tearers.
The Flesh Tearers.
I would say the Black Templar are the most famous successor.
Yeah, well the
chapter,
well, okay, the Black Templar. The Black Templar, who are they from?
Dorn, the Imperial Fists.
Okay, yeah, then fine. The Black Templar, yeah, yeah. But they have like characters that people know from like this
Flesh
thing that I was like,
Tearers
what
are
the heck?
amazing. Also, if you just want to play as World Eaters,
I forget that the Black Templars are not their own faction. They're so famous.
I know, because they're more popular than the Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
Imperial Fist Slander's real.
That's
Good.
so funny that they don't
warrior.
have their own thing.
They don't deserve it. They're not good enough.
Yeah.
If you want to play as like World Eaters who are interesting, just play as Flesh Tearers.
Yes, yes. That's a good point. They're so cool. And honestly,
I'm waiting for Gabriel Seth. Give us. I know he's against being.
Seth.
I know he's against being a Primaris Space Marine. Just give us
so was Dante.
Upsize. But I mean, Dante was.
He just didn't want to do
Primaris.
it. Yeah, he didn't have a choice.
Because they were like, "Dude, you are dying. Please, we need to turn you into a Primaris."
Oh my god! And they said it healed him, so it de-aged him when he became a Primaris. So now he's
stuck for more,
for even longer now. But anyway, yeah, that's my number 2. I think they're amazing. Sanguinius. It almost feels like this is the Space Marine faction, minus the fact that the Ultramarines are everywhere and they have like their Primarch is the de facto leader of the Imperium. So you can't. The Blood Angel fans who claim that like this is the true main character, maybe at one time you would have been right. They're not. You got to get over it. The Ultramarines are the Ultramarines.
I think
they're the forefront.
I think the thing that is really compelling about the Blood Angels is that they should be. But because of the decisions that were made, they are burdened with the most horrifying curse imaginable.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But they are heroic good men, but like each and every single one of them as a whole are destined to become a more dangerous threat than what they're fighting.
Outside of Mephiston, I guess.
Yeah, but even then, what is Mephiston becoming?
Yeah, and he doesn't like to engage with anybody anymore. They say he doesn't like to talk with anybody because like the horrors that he faced, apparently, according to him alone, were so great that he doesn't want anybody else to overcome it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a reason why he hasn't been duplicated.
So I don't know what he had to do, but I love them. So what's your number 1?
Number 1 for me.
I know what it is.
Number 1 for me is Eldari. I love them. I actually, really interestingly, when I first started, I did not like the Eldari.
Yeah.
I've grown to love them. They're the ones that I've taken to the most tournaments. They're so much fun to play. I love the tragedy of their lore. I love like how specialized they are, but like they're not specialized as in Space Marines of being able to be a jack of all trades. Like you have to really plan out your aspect warriors. I used to have a pretty purely aspect warrior list. I am now working on 2 different lists to kind of plug in. I'm building a Ghost Warrior list because they're really fun.
Said that, yeah.
And I'm building a Corsair list.
Okay.
Because I love Prince Uriel. He's probably my favorite, like, non-Phoenix Lord Eldar.
Yeah.
Kane is the coolest model in my opinion. Like if we're just going off like pure like
his like volcanic
the like
cracked vidges and the blood coming off his hand when he holds his sword.
I love the Celtic Japanese-esque thing they have going on.
Yeah.
And they're tragic. I love the tragedy of them.
They've faction is essentially already lost and is just trying to cling.
I really hate what's been done with the Inari, of like how
that is
their story's been thrown to the wayside. I hope that gets fixed.
That was supposed to be the comeback of the Eldar in a sense.
Yeah, but you know, they're fun. I've been taking a break from them recently because I'm trying to get John, my younger brother, more into the game, and I don't want to just like
Spam Eldari.
Throw the Eldari at him because Eldari can be very frustrating to play against if you.
Oh my gosh, man.
They
They had so many rules.
yeah.
It was awesome though. I
Shout out to
loved
Dom. He was the one who
fighting those.
basically got me ready for those tournaments by like continually stomping me. I finally was like, I went
Man,
against
like
Necrons.
it was a lot of fun though fighting some of those things, and they would dodge out of. There was one. It was so tough to beat those guys. The ones that would attack me, and then they could retreat.
Oh, Battle Focus.
Yes, the freaking Battle
crazy.
Focus was so cool, but it was so tough to beat.
Yeah, no, they have something similar now, but it's not quite as good. It's not like right
Probably
after
for
they
the
shoot.
best.
Yeah, it's
It was
tough.
working against the Knights, so you know.
I mean, I think the only reason why I was able to fight the 2 Necron players that I did fight was because I played so many games against Dom that I was like, okay,
I was
this
using
is what
every
I need to
stratagem
do.
I could think of.
Yeah, it was, and I was ready for them because of it. But yeah, no, Eldari will always be close to my heart. They are really fun. Please make them and Necrons worst enemies again.
Unless you want to add the old ones back in, I don't
Yeah.
think the Necrons really have a worst enemy worse than the Eldar.
It used
They're
to be that
children.
like the Necrons and Eldar were really at each other's throats, and then they were kind of like, never mind.
Yeah.
It was like really kind of
Yeah.
sad. But anywho,
But it
yeah,
allowed the Eldar to be more of a focus alongside the Imperium and fight Chaos, who were like their ultimate enemy, you know, because of
yeah, because
Slanesh
of Slaanesh
ruining
and
the
like,
entire faction. So I get it. And
and
Necrons weren't really present.
I wish we would get more about the uneasy alliance between the Eldar and the Imperium. Obviously, it's not all of the Eldar; it's
Yeah.
only certain parts of it.
The parts that
But
they've decided to throw to the wayside.
it feels very. I'm kind of like, what happened to that? That was really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number one. I of course know who Dom's number one is, and
Yeah, I think we were both pretty certain about what our number ones were going to be. And I can't put even the Blood Angels above them. The Necrons are the coolest faction in the entire lore. They are also
awesome.
sometimes the goofiest faction, but the coolest, like even now that they have the Silent King, which I guess they would bring him, it was probably the worst decision they could have made. But it is like they added another silence, cold, just murder you ruler who is like unknown, untold knowledge, has conquered the outside of the galaxy.
There
blah,
really
blah, blah.
can't be anyone more knowledgeable than him. Like he
Yeah,
has
he
to be the most
is-
knowledgeable character in the lore.
Yeah. And we are over 2 hours. This is crazy. It's fine.
Short episode. Short
episode, guys. But I love the Necrons. When he was telling me about the factions back in like 2016, 2017, when we stuck in the hallway for 4 hours before bed, I was like, this army sounds awesome. This army is the cool one, like the one that just stumbles towards you and you keep shooting it and it gets hit and it just keeps going towards you and you will die eventually because they'll catch up and you can't take them out. Now they're weaker because I think they realized, people like the Necrons, we can't just have these guys sit there and just come slowly anymore. So now Space Marines are cutting them up and now half the army is insane. The other half is fighting the half that's working. But I still think it's really cool. You have they have the best technology. They have, to me, the coolest gods because they were defeated and they're like this. They'll never reach what they could have been. You know, Cain could technically maybe reach his full self again. But you're not going to try to convince me that somehow they're going to put the 10,000 pieces of the Nightbringer back together and that any of the Necrons would ever let it happen.
I mean, there's a dude working on it. But
I know, but he's also insane. That's another thing. They have one of the coolest sub-factions in the entire lore. It's probably top 3 for me. The Destroyer cults and the Flayed ones together are so... Those are metal, but metal in a way that's super tragic. Like currently, like not just when it happens, currently, like these people, even if they have their wherewithal, they don't care. Like they want to kill you.
And the thing that's really sad is it is the Flayed One Destroyer dynamic is the most horrific thing in the Warhammer universe. There is nothing scarier than that.
It's so terrifying to think about. When you saw it in the book with the flayed ones, and like some of the children were made in the flayed ones, and they went insane. Like it's terrifying. There's only one person that was able to overcome that. Kind of a Miss Fiston kind of thing as well.
Yeah. It
in
is.
The main character of those books.
And the Necrons are interesting, I think, really, because they will never reach what they
were. Yeah.
And yet
what they were
enough. That's the thing that's horrifying, that like they're not like the Eldar in the sense of like, yeah, the Eldar just have to try to complete their objective before they die. The Necrons could pull off soloing the galaxy, and yet they are weaker than they've ever been.
Yeah, than they've ever been before, and they continue to get weaker. And they're still like,
they still could do it.
10% of them got together, it would be the end.
Oh yeah, yeah. They've unfortunately and fortunately, I understand why they've done it. I don't like all the infighting in Necrons. It kind of upsets me because I feel like
there was infighting before this edition, the last edition, but it is really annoying that that's the crutch they always fall back on. Especially, it used to be the infighting was happening and you knew it was happening, but Emotech was the person who was uniting people to try to take over the Necron faction. Now you have Emotech infighting with the Silent King, the leader of the Necron faction.
Yeah.
You're like, so we're just not going to get anything done ever again.
Which character-wise it makes sense, but it is very frustrating that it felt like we were building up a lot of momentum with a cool story.
Yeah, I feel like the Silent King would be like, yeah, I know you want to be in charge. Hell, I have an entire outside of the galaxy conquered. You just want to be in charge of this. All you have to do is help me unify the factions. You can go do this. I don't care. I don't feel like the Silent King cares. Why would he care enough?
Well, I think also a lot of the fighting is happening because the Silent King appears, and the important thing with that is that you should always be like,
what is this guy actually thinking?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is sorry, the cat did some crazy stuff to the screen. I don't know what he did. Everything's ruined. It appears like the Silent King wants to undo the biotransference.
Maybe.
And Emotech is firmly against that.
He's like, no, look how powerful we are.
Yeah, because Emotech is like, I don't care what we lost. Look how effective we are now. So that's a lot of the reason why they're fighting as well, because like Emotech is like, I won't let you take this away from us.
Like, this was a boon.
But I mean, again, we don't really, they've kept it kind of ambivalent what the Silent King is trying to do.
Which is something I kind of like, because if he's like, if we're really, I don't know, I'm biased, so I can't really say this without the bias. But part of the reason why I like this is there was this unknown leader who, like, he saved the Necron race from the Catan and then he disappeared, right? Now he's back. This is
really, he saved the universe.
The universe from being destroyed by the Catan, yeah. But this is the guy, like, this is the guy. Outside of the Emperor himself, who some Necron fans go kind of crazy. I think the Emperor could probably fight the Silent King, even with all his technology.
I don't know,
because he's like a religious figure. Like, there's got to be some sort of like, I won't say he's winning in one shot, but I'm
maybe Silent King now he stands a chance against, but like Silent King in his prime.
Okay, well, fine, yeah. When he defeated the Catan, when he was apparently fighting one of the Catan by himself, whatever.
Yeah, the dude literally has like a caged Catan in his like
throne
scooter, basically.
Yeah. Okay, fine, yeah, but I say that to say, like, this is a nigh all-powerful being. And what makes him so compelling to me is he doesn't seem to care. Like, he's well beyond the point of wanting to, like, rule just for the sake of it. He just wants the Necrons to be happy and prosperous again. And this is, like, the ultimate tragic figure. Like, he won, and it was the worst outcome ever. Ruling the galaxy was the worst outcome.
Yeah, I mean, he discovered that it was all for nothing because, like,
These people were lost.
Yeah, like the Necrons won the fight, but they lost anything that made it
And he
worth
ruled
winning.
for like, who knows how many, because they're unclear of how long the Necrons actually ruled the galaxy before they went under. Was it 1,000,000 years? Was it 10,000? Whatever.
We have no idea. The
And
time
then,
scale
and
on them
he's
is
been
crazy.
awake for 60 million years. Just
Yeah, he never went
conquering
to sleep.
places and helping his Necrons out. And the worst thing is, even if somehow, and it's impossible, if somehow he woke up every Necron and remade the Necrons that were destroyed by natural random disasters or Eldar attacking them or whatever, if he got every Necron back, conquered the entire galaxy, everything was as it could be, like, it'll still never be what it should have been. So it's just an ultimate. It's like they're also doomed, but they were doomed 60 million years ago. It's just, will they win what they can?
Yeah, it's kind of like, will they pull everyone down with them? Kind of type thing.
It's really, really quite cool. And like Josh says, just in terms of an army villain standpoint, one, I think they are probably like the best ultimate villain for the thing, because I think chaos works better for the fantasy aspect. But just this unending tide of like regenerating evil, unknowable robots coming towards you, and they don't explain why they want to kill you. Most of them, anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
and they just cut you down. There was nothing you could do as their thing just expands and expands. Is super cool.
I think the heights of Necrons are way better than Chaos. Like, Necrons done right, in my opinion, are just loads better. When they're done wrong, it's kind of like with Batman. I know we've used Batman before, but like, Batman done right is the best superhero of all time. Batman done wrong is the worst superhero of all time. Like, I'm
the goddamn Batman.
But anyway, we're so sorry this went on for so long.
This is a long episode.
We are massive nerds.
Yeah, we like talking about this. I'm glad we got to talk about it.
Yeah, no, we hope that you guys will have pulled something from our mad ravings.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about Warhammer 40,000, this is your chance.
Look into it.
It's bigger than it's ever been. This is actually a setting that people will pay attention to now. So
yeah, it's really.
And I've only been in this for.
And if you disagree with us, please argue with us.
Please,
we'd love to argue.
We would love.
As you can tell, we agreed too much on things.
Is your favorite faction just Chaos Titans, and you know everything about them?
If you're an Imperial Fist fan, one,
why?
You're boring.
I'm kidding.
Two, Iron Within. I'm joking. We have room for everyone here in this grim, dark galaxy.
Even the women.
I guess. Anyway, so good to be on here with you guys.
Yeah.
I think we should free Dom from his torment and let him take his bathroom break.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So have a wonderful week, and we will see you guys again soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have a normal podcast sometime coming up. Hopefully, maybe sometime this week we'll record a normal episode. I'm going to place this on the same Solo Oasis YouTube channel, but I'm going to title it Wayshrine for now, unless I figure something else out or Josh makes a better suggestion. This will be Wayshrine number 1. And I'm going to title it The Best Warhammer 40,000 Factions or whatever.
Yeah. The long episode.
Hopefully some of the ones that Jamal actually knows some stuff about, he can talk about. Josh knows way more about this setting than I do.
I'm a massive nerd, but I don't think anyone is surprised.
Yeah. But sometime soon we'll do Star Wars, or we'll do, I don't know.
I think we're going to try a Mount Rushmore of superheroes and supervillains, because
that one I can do pretty.
That really
easy.
Puts me and Dom on more equal footing. He's more of a DC guy. I'm more of a Marvel guy, but we love both.
Yeah. But yeah, until then, guys, thanks for joining us. This has been Solo Oasis's Wayshrine. All right.
All right.
We'll at you next time. See ya.